Hello everybody and welcome back to my Survival Let's Play series. As most of you are aware, I did not post a video last week and I am deeply sorry about that. But if you follow my Twitter, you will see that I did put out a post letting you guys know that I got sick and I wasn't able to record. And I am really sorry about that. But I'm... Oh. Well, that's just great timing, isn't it? But I am here recording for you guys now, so I should hopefully be able to get a video out this week. If not, I do deeply apologize that it is while I am still recovering from my cold a bit, but I am doing a lot better, so I should be able to record plenty more. Now, with that out of the way, we can begin today's episode. When we last left things off, we had actually done quite a bit of work last episode. We built up a little farm, a scarecrow, retaining wall, a bee apiary, and if we run over here to the other side of our little hill, we created a little bit of a gazebo and a staircase. It's a little hard to see that goes down to our zombie XP farm. And looking at that, I'm not the most thrilled with how that turned out with the calcite and the deep slate. So I think we'll be renovating that in today's episode and seeing how we can do. So first things first, I think we are going to tear this thing down. And I have gathered up a few resources, not very many, but a couple just to try and see if we can come up with a better design. And while I do like how this looks, I don't think it fits very well with some of the other things that we've created in this world. So we may use this design in the future for future projects, but for right now, I think it has to come down. So unfortunately, all this work that got put into it, which frankly actually wasn't very much, needs to come down. So I'll tear this down and I'll see you guys when I'm done. So we've got that all dug out now. We've got a nice clean slate to work with. And so for the meantime, I think I'm just going to throw down some oak stairs just to get an idea, of what we can work with here. You know, something that we can build off of. Oops. So I think, firstly and foremost, that we need... Geez, I'm not doing well today, am I? First and foremost, I think some supports are needed. So let's place them at the top and at the bottom. Knew that was coming. That's why I paused. Why'd I do it anyways? I don't know. So we need some supports, and that gives us a bit of a frame to work with, which I really like. I think we will try to include some of the deep slate here and there, just because it's a really nice block. But for now, what I think we need to do is actually find a good block to go in between these supports, and maybe, just maybe, throw in another support around in the middle. That's 2 blocks away, that's 3 blocks away, so there won't be an exact middle. Maybe we won't put one in the middle then. But yeah, I think we can use some of these tiles actually to create a little bit of an archway with our supports, which should end up looking really nice. At least I hope it does anyways. So let's try 2 different things. We can try, we can try something like this, where it's got a little bit more of an arch shape. It does cover up a bit, and we can hit our heads if we go in at the right angle. Or we can do something like this, which kind of looks like a staple. I don't like this one very much, so we're going to change that. Make it similar to the arch one we got going on down there. There we go. That looks a lot better, and we are going to put some more stuff around this just to make it look a little bit better. Let's try oak stairs actually, because we've actually got those on us. See how that ends up looking. Let's see. How am I going to do this? That is a good question. Let's try something like that. Not the best, but not the worst. I think I'll play around with this a little bit more Same thing down here. I think I'll play around with it a little bit more and let you guys know what I come up with. So as you can see, I have gone and made a little bit more work on the archway, and I opted to take out the deep slate just because it wasn't working with what I was doing. So I opted to take that out, and I created some sort of a little pattern with the stairs. I'm not sure if there's a name for this type of thing, but I quite like it. And to kind of incorporate the deep slate look that we had up here originally, as well as what we've got going down by our zombie farm, I decided to make the walls deep slate, and I wasn't sure what to do at the top, so I just kind of like lined the top of it with this polished deep slate slabs. I also pushed the arch down here forward a block, just because I kept hitting my head when I was trying to run up. Apparently I can't run upstairs, so I moved that a block, and I think overall this fits much better with what we've got going on here. And the last thing I want to do with you guys for in terms of working with this area is actually grow some moss around this area because like I mentioned, this deep slate is kind of reminiscent of what we've got going down at our zombie farm. This moss should as well because we have the moss floor down there. So I think this will look rather nice as long as it doesn't destroy anything that we've created and it doesn't look like it is, which is nice. I'm going to take out the grass, maybe not all of it, but definitely the too high stuff, just because I'm not the biggest fan of the grass in Minecraft. If you couldn't have guessed by the fact that I have removed a lot of it. I guess there's still a lot there, but I have removed quite a bit up by my house. So we're going to remove some of the grass here. And apparently the moss doesn't like going under those stone blocks. Interesting. I didn't realize that the fence would stop that. Alright, I'll fix that. But it should replace grass, right? Yes, excellent. So let's move this out of the way for when we come up. Actually, we can plant that somewhere else. It adds a nice little touch of color to what we've got going on here. And yes, I will replace those, but I think this definitely helps give it a little bit more life and character. So I'm really happy with this redesign. And I know I said I was happy with the calcite and deep slate in the last episode, but I am a lot happier. Oops, wrong button. I am a lot happier with how this turned out. So you guys are going to have to let me know what you think. Is there anything you don't like? Anything you think that I should change? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And you know what? Designing that has got me in a mood to redesign a couple things we have in our world. And we're over here at the house that we keep our mending villager guy in. And granted, he's probably got the nicest house in the village, but he's a special guy just because of his mending trade. So I think we're going to redesign his whole house for him. Is that going to make you happy? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, so we're going to keep him safe in here for now. And there we go. We are going to redesign his house because, yeah, this, while it is nice, is a little plain. So let's redesign it. And just like that, we have a wonderful, lovely new house for our little villager mending buddy. Now, oh, I forgot to put the lanterns on. There we go. Now, unfortunately, there is no interior yet, and this guy is still closed in, but that's just because I don't know what to do with them, and I'm not very good at building interiors, as you can guess from my little house up there, which has very little room for an interior. But I am willing to come up with something. I think I'll trap this guy on the second floor, so that way he can't like escape and no mobs can get to him. But I am actually pretty happy with how this little house turned out. And it is definitely an improvement, at least in my opinion, from the house that he had before. Now, the base might be a little bit smaller, but overall, there is a lot more room. Now, granted, he is locked up, but we will set him free at one point. But yeah, I am pretty happy with how this turned out. I know the sides are a little blank. I might go in and add some details there, like some more windows, maybe a little bit more flower beds. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm happy with how this transformation of this villager house turned out. I might do this for other villagers, like this house right now will be specifically for our little mending guy, but maybe we'll make this house for unbreaking or this house for protection, Maybe this guy can be a cleric. We might be able to transform all of these houses for specific villagers, which I think would actually be pretty cool. You guys are going to have to let me know what your thoughts on that are. So I've got a little bit of an interior built up in here. As you can see, there's some bookcases in there. And my little sugarcane thing that I've got going on down here was just, it worked, but it was super slow. So as you can see, there's an observer right there. So I've got a one little sugarcane farm going. I hope it's producing, because taking this, harvesting all of this, took a while for the bookcases. Leather wasn't a problem because of the cows, but the sugarcane just took forever to grow. So there's not much going on in here, as you can see. Ooh, a crafting table. I am totally an interior designer, everybody. This is it. This is peak. You can't get better than this. But if we do head on up, it does get a little bit better. Don't mind that. But we got some shelves here that I suppose we could place things on, and I think I will later. I just couldn't think of anything at the moment. But we got some shelves, some bookcases, some empty shelves, a lectern for his job profession. I do think I'm going to put a book on this, but, excuse me, but I just couldn't find any ink. I think I need to go kill some squids for that. But we gave him a nice little bed, a table, and if he wants, he can look outside, see some pretty flowers. Now we do have room up here for more stuff. I'll show you really quick. So yeah, we got some room up here. Let me throw some torches up here so nothing spawns. But we got some room up here if we want to put anything else up here. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave it. I think I'm going to hang some lanterns from here, but I need to craft some more of those. But for right now, I think this is all right. I'm definitely going to work on it and improve it more. This is just kind of like the bare bones for, I don't know, just so it's something. It's not just an empty box like the basement that we got right here. So we will work on this as well, just to make sure it's a little bit better. But overall, all things considered, I think this is looking pretty good. And you guys are going to have to let me know what you think in the comments below about this build. Do you think there's any improvements that I can do or anything that you guys would have done differently? Please let me know in the comments. And unfortunately, that is where I'm going to have to end today's episode. I'm sorry that you guys had to deal with my raspy voice. It's a little sore from all the coughing, but I should be better by next week. I'm already feeling a lot better. It's just the voice. The coughing has gone down for the most part. It's still here and there, but for the most part, it's good. But enough about that. You guys don't want to hear about my sickness. So, with that being said, this has been Minecraft. My name is Metallica. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, as it helps me out a ton. I hope you all have a good day. And for those of you that celebrate Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day. All right. Bye bye.